Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here on WTXL Midday. I'm Georgiaree Godfrey. Topping our news this afternoon, a murder suspect wanted by police in Perry has turned himself in. Yesterday, Andre Snowden was immediately arrested and taken to the Taylor County Jail. According to authorities, Snowden was involved in a shooting Wednesday in the 600 block of South Warner Avenue. Police say the 24-year-old and the victim got into a fight and Snowden fired. Snowden now facing charges of attempted murder and possession of a firearm by a felon. Now to an update on a story we've been following since Wednesday. We now know the names of the officer and man involved in the shooting at Lake Ella. Zachary Jones, who has been with the Tallahassee Police Department since 2012, shot and killed 64-year-old Garland Lee Wingo Wednesday night after officers received reports of Wingo sitting on a park bench holding a handgun. Officer Jones is now on administrative leave per department policy. This shooting at Lake Ella is the second fatal officer-involved shooting just this year, and WTXL ABC 27's Jade Biloxa is taking a closer look at these incidents and where they happen in our area. You can catch the latest installment of The Insiders online at WTXL.tv. And 3 people are in police custody in Bainbridge thanks to the public's help. Bainbridge Public Safety released this surveillance earlier this month asking for help to ID the suspects. Police say it shows a woman along with 2 others stealing from the Salvation Army. And now all 3 have been arrested. Martha Murphy, Erica Jackson, and Nathaniel Thomas are being charged with theft by taken. In Wakulla County, 2 Crawfordville residents were taken in by deputies after they found a fully operating meth lab in their home. Christopher Carver and Holly Elizabeth Stevens were arrested yesterday at their Stevens Donaldson home after deputies detected a strong chemical odor coming from the house while responding to a complaint of shots in the area. Deputies were led to a meth cook bottle in the kitchen, which contained active chemicals inside. They also found a .22 caliber rifle. Both Carver and Stevens were booked in the Wakulla County Jail. Additional charges involving the firearm are pending. And taking a look at your political news, FSU students, climate activists, and other concerned individuals delivered a petition to Governor Rick Scott's office this morning demanding an investigation. It asked to disclose all correspondence between the governor and the Department of Environmental Protection in the spirit of Sunshine Week. Students want the Department Inspector General to investigate Governor Scott's unwritten but standing policy banning the words climate change and global warming in public documents and other communications. The petition was signed by over 38,000 concerned individuals. And the Florida House is proposing a nearly $76.2 billion spending plan for this year. The Senate will release its version later today, and the rival plans are expected to be as much as $5 billion apart. That's because the Senate is proposing to draw down federal aid in order to extend health care coverage to 800,000 Floridians. The only bill the Florida legislature is required to pass during its 60-day session is the budget. And meanwhile, new changes to a bill that would allow retailers to sell liquor and groceries from the same store. Now, it would be required to have a connecting door between the grocery store and affiliated liquor store. That's after changes from the Florida Senate Regulated Industries Committee. And now an 11-to-1 vote on the amendment is casting doubt on whether the bill will even make it out of the Senate. But a similar measure is still alive in the House. And Florida's presidential primary will be held March 15th, 2016. Yesterday, Governor Scott signed a bill setting the date, which will give Republicans the option of making the election a winner-take-all contest. The law previously had the date set for March 1st, but that would have meant Republican delegates would be dispersed proportionally. However, Democratic delegates will be distributed proportionally regardless of the primary date. And now time to check in with Max Harris with the weather. The weather is beautiful coming in this morning. What can we expect?
Well, we had that fog this morning.
Now, in India, people were trapped inside a police station that was attacked by militants in the Indian-administered part of Kashmir. Officers say 2 people were killed and 5 were wounded in the assault. They say army troops had to have the building surrounded. Also in India, an investigation now underway into a train crash in the state of Uttar Pradesh. A railway spokesman says a train overshot a stop and jumped off the tracks. At least 4 passengers were killed and 60 injured. He says it's not clear yet if the crash is a result of a technical problem or if the train was just going too fast. And 21 people are dead after an attack at the National Museum in Tunisia earlier this week. 2 gunmen carried out the attack. Now officials say the attackers slipped out of Tunisia in December, receiving weapons and training in Libya before returning home. Most of the people killed in Wednesday's attack were tourists. ICE is now claiming responsibility for the killings. Other news this noon.
Not only Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter. And not everyone on grounds understands that concept.
Students at the University of Virginia came together last night to support another student who was bloodied during an arrest. Dozens marched through campus chanting, "No justice, no peace, no racist police." This after alcohol beverage control agents arrested Martise Johnson on Wednesday. Investigators say the underage student tried to get into a bar. Video and pictures of the arrest showing the honor student bleeding went viral. It also caused the governor to order an independent investigation to see if agents used excessive force. And Ferguson, Missouri's police chief is officially no longer on the job. Tom Jackson announced his resignation last week, but it went into effect yesterday. The moves come after months of protests following the shooting death of Michael Brown. A recent Justice Department report revealed the Ferguson police targeted Black residents long before the shooting. Lieutenant Colonel Alec Hoff is now the interim chief. He will hold the position while the city conducts a nationwide search for a permanent replacement. And still much more in store as WTXL Midday continues. Meteorologist Max Tapiris has another look at our weekend weather, plus talking about community events happening around town, including pets and their people. A live interview coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go away. Welcome back. Plenty to do and see around town this weekend, including a date for tea. FAMU is hosting a high tea tomorrow in celebration of Women's History Month. Local leaders will be on hand and all are invited. It's from noon until 2 p.m. at the FAMU Grand Ballroom. Then on Tuesday, it's Beyond the Lens, an open discussion of women in media. That's from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Lee Hall Auditorium, also at FAMU. You can stay up to date with all these events on social media with the hashtag #TellIt on Tuesday. And next week is a recital from the Tallahassee Classical Guitar Society. It's Wednesday, March 25th from 5:30 until 8 p.m. at the Leroy Collins Library Room. We have complete details and a sneak peek of some performances posted online at WTXL.tv. And starting Monday, Valdosta Police will be hosting a youth empowerment event. The 5-night event will take place at different locations each night from 6 to 8 p.m. It's meant to share with the youth of the community ideas on how to resolve conflict without violence, peer accountability, anger management, bullying, and several other selected topics. There are several speakers lined up to give motivational talks at the event. And time is ticking for FSU's Great Give. It's a 36-hour online initiative to raise funds for student groups. Last year, the Great Give overwhelmingly surpassed its goal and brought in more than $133,000. So far, more than $80,000 have been raised. This year, 16 organizations are taking part. You can make your donation now through 9 p.m. at greatgive.fsu.edu. And in just a few hours, FSU students will begin a 30-hour-long session at the library. But instead of studying, they'll be hacking computers. But it's all in good fun. The FSU Hackathon will create different team projects or hacks from scratch. It's for students interested in software as well as hardware engineering and design. And student hackers from all around the Southeast are heading to FSU for the event. Organizers say the experience will allow students to learn more skills involving computer engineering and design. And for your four-legged friends, tomorrow is the Tallahassee Magazine's 11th annual Pets and Their People. Get a professional photo of you and your pet and be entered for a chance to be featured in the July-August issue of the magazine. All the fun starts at 9 a.m. and goes until 3 p.m. at Proctor Subaru. Our very own Paulo Salazar will be at the event, so if you see him, be sure to stop in and say hi. And Max, what will the weather look like for people going out to some of these events this weekend? Today is a big day for sky watchers, a total solar eclipse viewable all across Africa, Asia, and most of Europe. And there's also a supermoon that happens when the moon's orbit brings it closest to Earth. But the bad news, the moon is in its new phase, so it won't be visible. And of course, we have the vernal equinox. Tell me, Max, what's up with
equinox,
that?
yeah, the official start of spring kicking off later on today. But man, oh man, 3 big sky events, or Earth-based events, I guess you could say, all on the same day. The weather nerds and the sky nerds all, getting excited for all the different events. I had the live stream going this morning when the equinox was going too significantly. So now that we're in spring, we can officially, I think, say bye-bye to freezing temperatures.
I don't think we ever had freezing temperatures, but
not in the last several weeks,
right,
especially with all this heat. But man, oh man, winter slowly but surely becoming a distant memory.
All right, well, thanks, Max.
Yeah.
Straight ahead here on WTXL Midday, we're talking about pets and their people. Everything you need to know about tomorrow's event coming up next. Welcome back. Talking now about a great event this weekend for you and your 4-legged friends. Saturday is the 11th annual Pets and Their People. Here with all the details is Sabrina Rodriguez de Conte. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Who do we have here today?
This is Phoebe. She's a 3-month-old terrier mix. She's just one of the dogs that we'll have at Pets and Their People available for adoption tomorrow. So we have over 20 dogs that we'll have at the event, all of them looking for good homes to go home with.
Okay, so is tomorrow's goal just to kind of get these animals new homes?
That is one of the things happening at Pets and Their People. There are a lot of other great things going on at the event. There'll be a Build Your Own Bloody Mary bar and Mimosa bar that's put on by Madison Social. Sunny's is providing brunch. We'll have lots of activities for the kids. So Coco will be there with crafts for kids. We'll have a therapy llama at the event with Walk the Tail. There's a few other vendors that'll be there for the adults. We'll have Cole Couture. We'll have a lot of vet and pet related vendors there with information and products available for people.
Okay, and I see something about photo ops and selfies with some pets,
Yep,
maybe?
so Tallahassee Magazine does have a great photo op. Everyone can come with their animal, get their picture taken, and it's actually on a green screen, so your photo will look like you're on the cover of Tallahassee Magazine. And then some of those photos will actually be featured in the July and August version of the Tallahassee Magazine.
And why should everyone come out tomorrow to bring home a new pet like this?
Everyone should come out, just be part of the fun. It's a great community event. It supports, obviously, the Leon County Humane Society, but more than that, it just, everyone, it's great for people to get out and have their animals exposed and have a great time.
And now, is it just dogs, cats, rabbits?
We will have just dogs at the event, but people are welcome to bring cats, rabbits. We find that cats don't show very well at outdoor events, so we're focusing on dogs, but everyone's welcome to bring their furry friends, no matter what kind.
All right. Well, you heard it here. Tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Proctor Subaru, that's 1707 Capitol Circle Northeast. It's a Pets and People event. It benefits the Leon County Humane Society. There's the option to get professional photos taken with your pet and the chance to be featured in Tallahassee magazines, like Sabrina just mentioned. And of course, you'll see wonderful Phoebe out there. Brunch tickets are $20 plus tax. So be sure to come in and maybe you can bring home someone like this.
Yes, Phoebe is available.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're back after this. All right. Well, Max, what can we expect tomorrow? I know we have this Pets and People. Will they have good weather?
A lot of other big events coming up tomorrow. Again, the Lady Knolls taking on their first NCAA tournament. Their opponent there as well. So we want nice weather. People will go out and enjoy. It looks like things are going to be A-OK as well. We could be dodging a few hit-or-miss showers and storms. But that's a little later in the afternoon. It's going to be a sea breeze event. So pretty much what we see during the summertime is what we're going to be having as we go into the course of your Saturday. Just a couple hit-or-miss showers in the afternoon. And that boil up courtesy of that breeze coming off the Gulf of Mexico. Then more of a seasonal trend, talking about numbers coming back down into the 70s for your highs. That's pretty much where we should be for this time of year. And lows dipping back into the 50s with more sunshine by Tuesday. But Sunday and Monday, Georgiaree, those are really the target days for getting in on widespread showers.
All right. Well, thanks, Max. Thank you guys for joining us here at WTXL Midday. We'll see you for the news at 5.